Hi friends, welcome to my channel, and this is Madhavan, and in this series we are seeing about the beginner course for Java, and here we in this video we will see about how to install JDK in our Mac OS, or if you are using Windows, then also we'll see the step by step process. Uh, so to install JDK on Mac OS, first we need to download the executable file, which is .dmg for Mac OS, and it will be .exe for Windows OS. So I have downloaded JDK for Mac OS from Oracle website, and I will also leave you the URL where to download the JDK file, and based on the version you can also download the respective versions on Mac OS. So, and this is the step by step process for installing a JDK on Mac OS. So first we need to download the .dmg file. So like how we install the application, the same process it will also be installed, and once that is installed we can double click that .dmg file, and we can uh, install it on our machine. So when we do that, it will ask for some of the questions like whether can do the installation type on this path, or you want to switch the path. So depends on how we give the path, it will be deployed to our machine. So once the installation is done, and this JDK is installed to your local virtual machines. So this if you are running it on a older JDK, and if you want to reinstall it, where you can uninstall the previous installed JDK on your system, and you can reinstall this one. So this is the another way to install the cleaned approach for latest JDK. And for Windows, you can determine the same process how you download the exe file and all these things, which will be there for Windows as well. But only the thing is, like, you can mention you can also mention the environmental variable in Mac OS as well, and in Windows also there is a option to change the environmental variable on which JDK version it should point to, so that configurations also you can do it on Windows machine. So these are all the steps for JDK installation instructions for Windows. So with this, like, I have downloaded Java 19 to my machine, and it was installed as shown in the step. And you have three different versions like Linux, Mac OS, and Windows. So all these so there are different packages, and you need to install the packages based on your operating system. There will be a binary number for this operating system. Depends on that, you need to install the latest version to that. And for Mac OS also, it depends on what is the version that Mac OS is supporting. Based on that, we need to install this uh, file. And for Linux as well, the same, like, we need to do. So once that is installed, how to verify that this JDK is installed on our machine? So to cross verify that, maybe you can open a terminal, and the terminal there is a command called java hyphen version. So when you do that, it will say like what is the version that it is installed on your machine. So this is the version, so Java version. So, and I have installed it on this date, so it is showing this one. And you can also uninstall and reinstall based on the latest JDK version. So there are several other commands is there, like if you click Java, it will say like what are all the other commands that you can use along with that. Here also, if you run like java c, it will ask for what is the file name which we need to compile. So basically this java c which will be used for compiling the java file. So there are some several thing like parameters is there and module. So all these things were as a given. So like this you can cross verify whether your java, what is the version of java is installed on your machine. And the same for windows command prompt as well. You can open cmd on your start button, and you can type like java hyphen version, and it will say like what is the updated version which is on your system will be displayed in the command prompt. So next we'll see like how we can install or develop the application using IDE. So there are several IDEs for Java development. So if you look at this one, like there are several IDEs where we can write our Java programming languages. Like this is a Eclipse which will be a common public license, and which will be a open source where you can download this from this Eclipse. So here also you can download, depends on Mac OS, and also for Windows and Linux as well. And for IntelliJ IDEA is another private proprietary software which will be also be downloaded. But the disadvantage of this one, like when you go for enterprise development like Spring Boot or some other Java development, it will be difficult, or we cannot do it on a free version. Like there are two versions for this one, IntelliJ IDEA purchase. So there are two different versions which will be used for individual use, like where you need to buy something, and based on that only like you can download it. So this is the pricing details for IntelliJ IDEA. We can also compare the ultimate and okay, compare ultimate and community. So see this one, like for IntelliJ IDEA, for ultimate will be a paid version, and for for individual or personal use there is a different licensing is there, and for organizational use and there is a different license is there. For in if you want to download the free version, we can download by IntelliJ IDEA community version. Like this will be a lightweight when compared to Eclipse. So Eclipse will download all the plugins behind, and it will be, I feel it is a heavyweight application, but IntelliJ IDEA would be a lightweight application for to learn most of the Java programming language. You can use Java when you are developing the enterprise version, then you may need a paid version over it. So and see like how what are all the things it supports. So it supports Java, Groovy, Kotlin, and even Scala, Python and Jython. But this is also with some limitations, so we can use this with via plugin. So this also we can use this via plugin. These are all the languages that it supports in the basic free version. Even if you want to develop something on HTML, you need to buy the latest version or the paid version only. So see like these are all the other developments for Java Enterprise, but these are all the paid versions. So only this Mav and Gradle, and so these are all open source, and this is still free. Okay, so like based on that, you can also download the community version or ultimate version. So I suggest you to download community edition. When you are learning something on Java, download it, and it will be kind of a double click and install the applications on your Mac OS. And also the similarly same for Windows operating system as well. You can also download it, and you can uh, install the application. So there are several other IDEs like NetBeans and Visual Studio Code, where it will be adding some of the plugins. So, but mostly I suggest everyone to use IntelliJ IDE rather than Eclipse or NetBeans. It will be a lightweight to your system as well, so that we can and also there are several advantages of using IDE, like it gives you the suggestions at most of the time. So I have installed IntelliJ IDE on my local machine, Mac OS. So let's open IntelliJ IDE. Okay, so I have installed, and I'm just opening this in now. Like you can create a new project, and this new project you can name it some like Java tutorials, or uh, tutorial, or any name that you wish to have. So this location the project will be created, and Git repository, whether you can also choose the language. Since we are going to deal with Java, we are going with Java. Our system is like um, we are not going to see Maven or Gradle. So this also we can see. As I told in the previous session, that this JDK we can also install via a system, and also you can add a JDK to directly to the IDE, or else it will take the JDK from the system which we have installed. Okay, so I have already created a project, and we'll go with uh, Java tutorials. So this is the main method of the main class of the application. And if you see here in IntelliJ IDE, and see there is a left side which we use to call it as a project or workspace directory, and this workspace directory which will contain the project name, or a project name or a folder name. Within that fold or project, we will be having some dot hidden files. So basically these are all used for IDE specific oriented, and these are all will be the compiled output, which this directory will be packaged, and it will be given to JRE, and this JRE will be put it on JVM machine, and the JVM machine will give you the results to it. So it will be mostly okay. So this is the main class of the, you can name it differently based on. So as of now I have called it as a main. Once you and one more important thing on this, so when you create a class file, so IDE creates this with the main class. But when you create a main class, so the JVM should know that what is the main method of your application. So this is the main method of your application, and see, this is the main method of your application, and this represents a class name. So the syntax would be public class main, and within this is the class syntax, and within the class, and you have public static void a method. So this method name is where JVM looks for to start the program with. So the main method should contain a string of array of arguments. So if you want to pass some external arguments, you can also pass via runtime environment, so that JVM will understand this is the first point of the contact or first step to execute your program. So this is very much important. Even then you have thousand number of Java classes, you need to say which class should run first and where is the main method to JVM. So this should be mentioned clearly to run your application. So when you run this one, like this will be executed first, and whatever the coding which you entered within this block will be executed. And here in Java we used to call it as a system.out.println, where it will print the consoles of or the logs of the application. In other languages we used to call it as console.log or console or log. So here we used to call it as system.print.ln. Okay, so we'll start with running our applications, and in this IDE you have an option to run here as a main method. See, like when you run this one, and it will be run and displays the console of hello world. So this is the basics of installing and creating a first hello world program of Java. That's all for in this video, and we will see it on next video. Please keep subscribe to my channel and click bell icon to get the remaining tutorials to your notification box in upfront. Thank you for watching this video. We'll see it on next video.